Sam, Cam, Sam and Cam.
Hello, what's up? Okay, we just finished Ventus's story, now we're gonna do Aqua's.
Now he goes back to being asleep like he's in the title screen, because
yeah, that's what the...
He's like, I beat Vanitas, who was a bitch, now I'm tired, I'm asleep.
Yep.
Born by sleeping. And just like the title of the game.
Yeah. By the way, it's super hot right now.
Yeah, we are in
huge heat wave.
The beginning of a heat wave here in the city.
So you might hear the fan in the back. We did our best to try to remove it, but we from the recording, but might still go through.
Audio is kind of cranky for some reason. Like, we've had the fan on a lot this summer.
Yeah, well, for a lot of recordings, but we never heard it. But for some reason, it's more sensitive now.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. So, whatever. I want them good vibrations. We can skip the introduction, right?
Yeah.
Because we've already seen it.
You did critical, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Critical.
So we're doing Aqua's story now. Remember, Ven's story ended with him beating Vanitas, killing the Keyblade, and entering a familiar light of someone's heart. Well, we're gonna finish.
Blah, blah, blah. We gotta pick all the characters.
Complete.
Now we gotta play Aqua.
A kind
young woman whose sense of right and wrong never wavers. She is nimble and a gifted mage.
Yeah, she is. Where Terra is based on power, and Ventus is based on speed. She is based on magic.
Magic.
You could say that where Terra was the shield and Ventus was the sword, she's the staff.
Oh, shit! Oh.
It's not that big of a revelation.
It's just like, whoa, Kingdom Hearts 1 reference, kind of, not really.
So that's a reference to more recurring
Today
theme.
You will be examined for the mark
Yeah,
of
I mean, I guess it is kind of like based on existing tropes anyway. So
stand here as candidates. This is neither a competition nor a battle for supremacy.
I don't need to listen to you. You're
Not
dead.
a test of wills, but a test of heart. Both of you may prevail, or neither. But I am sure our guest, Master Salmon,
I'm sure our
this
guest,
way
Lord
to see our youngest
Voldemort,
prospects
did not
in years
travel
fall
this
short
way.
of the mark. I
Youngest
trust you
prospects
are
in years,
ready.
more like only prospects
Yes.
in years.
Then let the examination begin.
Granted, I'm sure Mickey was training for a lot longer than these guys were. And he's not exactly young.
You know, if they were smart, you'd think they would just like pause the trials right there and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, I didn't do that."
Well, Erica said that he chose to let that happen to see how they'd react.
No way. I've been looking forward to this. Seeing you two become masters. I'm not gonna miss it now.
He can take care of himself. He's been out there training just as hard as us.
Stay sharp, then.
Alright, here it is. Here's Aqua.
Yay!
Finally get to see what she's been up to.
Oh, nice! I get Blizzard and Thunder to start.
Yeah, because she's the mage one.
That was an interesting.
The anti-air?
Yeah.
You could also check out her shot lock.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I like that.
You learn your first command style, Spellweaver.
Spellweaver. Yeah, I already know pretty much everything this game can throw at me at this point.
Heart, even in the most trying of circumstances. It was an excellent test, one I chose to let unfold. Which brings us to your next trial. Now, Terra and
All right, the
Aqua,
fight that we don't actually get to play this.
Yeah.
Remember, there are no winners, only truths. For when equal powers clash, their nature is revealed. Begin.
I do think it's interesting that this fight is a cutscene. You know, the whole point is like Terra, discovers the darkness tries to control him, and then he abates it.
Yeah.
Which is sort of the same theme as when Terra later fights Ericus.
And reached a decision.
But that's an actual
Terra,
fight. That's not a
Aqua,
cutscene.
You both performed commendably.
I think
However, only Aqua has shown the mark of mastery.
I think basically
Terra,
they didn't
you
really
failed
want
to
to
keep the darkness within you sufficiently in check. But there is always next time.
like
That is
two
all.
things. First of all, the actual tutorial already
As our
let you
newest
fight
Keyblade
each
master,
other.
You are entitled to certain
Yeah,
knowledge.
that's
And second of
Please
all,
wait here for further instruction.
We just
I
skip
think
it,
they just
'cause
felt.
we're done.
I think they just felt that this would have worked better as a
Okay.
cutscene.
Terra, I'm sorry.
Especially since
Where did it come from?
you don't really see who wins a match. You just see them fight, and then
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, it wouldn't. It's not it would be fairly scripted in the sense that you wouldn't be like defeating the other character.
Somebody's grin.
Not here, you won't. I have to keep up appearances.
I know that. just need to
This
listen to
fucking
me.
asshole.
Sorry. But I need some time alone.
all right.
And in so much as you are now Keyblade Master, you must always be conscious of
Of course.
what is that?
He's like, what? We have a bell tower?
I don't know. Why isn't Ven here?
I like how his voice
Very
like
well, then.
lost 20 years
I
when he
will
said, "What is
send my
that?"
pupils to investigate.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
I like the
Farewell.
idea that this guy is like just some 20-something stoner, and he just sounds like
That
his
was
voice
my
sound
dear
deeper to
old
sound
friend
cool.
Yen Sid. As you know,
I think
he
he's
is
supposed to be the
master
same age
no
as
more,
Xehanort.
but he still keeps
Yeah.
a close eye on the tides of light and darkness. His counsel serves as signposts on the road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. All the more reason then for concern, for he tells me the princesses of heart are in danger, not only from the forces which you may assume, but also from a new threat, one that feeds on negativity. Fledgling emotions that have taken monster form. Yen Sid calls them the Unversed. As wielders of the Keyblade, you are tasked with striking down
What?
any who would upset
Well, I think it's
the
interesting
balance
that
of light and
in
darkness.
Aqua's story, he
The
explains what the
Unversed
Inversed
no
are.
exception.
No, he actually said this
I
in
tried
Terra's
to
story
pass
too.
this news on to Master
Oh.
Xehanort,
Well,
but
yeah,
my
I guess that makes sense, 'cause
repeated
Terra's
attempts to
here.
reach him have failed. I doubt there is any
Yeah, you might have
connection.
just forgot because that was the first
This all
one
troubles me.
that you played.
I think it's just like,
Is gone?
you know, the cutscene that was just with Aqua, that's a new cutscene.
Yes.
But this is not.
Yeah.
So we've
here
gone
we
from an
are.
old cutscene to a
I
new
need
cutscene
you
back
two
to an old
get this
cutscene.
situation under control. Eliminate the Unversed and find Master Xehanort. I have unlocked the lanes between. You may use these forbidden pathways to travel between this world and countless others. The darkness looms closer than usual within these spaces, but your armor will protect you. Lastly, remember that order must be kept. You cannot tell anyone there are other worlds. Now go, and fulfill your duty.
You cannot tell anyone there are other worlds. Ventus
There-
goes to fucking
Consider this an
Radiant
opportunity.
Garden and meets
Second chance for you
Scrooge
to change
McDuck,
my
and he's
mind.
like, "You're not from this world, are
You
you?"
must know. I care for you like my own son. If I could have my way, I would name you master in a second. But how
Right, I remember
can
this
I
part.
when you are so obsessed with power?
It's such a weird line when Terra is like so
Mustn't be
blasé about
afraid of
everything.
losing. Fear leads to obsession.
I think he just means he's a meathead.
Obsession beckons the
I mean,
darkness.
that would, yeah.
You must never forget.
Thank you, Master. I swear, I will not fail you again.
You get a seat on the council.
Terra's just like,
Master,
the
I best be on
princesses
my
of,
way.
of heart are in, the princess hearts are in danger. Time to work with an
Wait.
obvious villain to
Oh.
accidentally
Before you
steal
depart.
one.
I have one other, well, call it a request of the utmost priority.
Yes?
I told Terra this could be a second chance to show the mark of mastery, and I meant it. However, that flicker of darkness he displayed during the examination, I can sense it runs very deep. If those powers were to prove too much for him to handle, I want you to bring him back to me at once. It's for his own good. He could not bear to lose any of you to the darkness.
Of course. I would never let that happen. I promise you I will bring Terra back. You'll see he has what it takes to be a master. He's not as weak as you think.
And so this confirms, I guess, Aqua's been watching the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Ben!
No, he mustn't. You have to bring him back.
Don't worry, Master.
Get to see what her glider looks like.
That's pretty cool. Still think Ventus's is the coolest, but
Yeah. So since you can't de-link with yourself, you will not be able to have cure until you actually find the command.
oof.
But that's okay because Aqua is like baller. So and Ventus is
De-linking with yourself feels like it's like one of those memes about like don't trust no one, not even yourself.
Well, that's what Venus did when he forcibly de-linked with Ventus because they're the same person.
Yeah.
She starts in Castle of Dreams.
Hmm.
So basically, they all
Start in
just
different locations.
like Terra is like just decides to go to Sleeping Beauty's world first. Ventus has no idea where he went. He goes to the other place, and then she has no idea where either of them went, and then just picks the wrong place. But she runs into Terra anyway. Kirby's Dream Castle.
That'd be pretty cool.
Mademoiselle! Senorita! Wait!
Aqua!
Tara!
This is like basically right at the end of Tara already going through all the other rooms. So the timeline's a little weird.
I think
Yeah.
he left to go find you. Do you have any idea why?
No. Actually, he tried to tell me something.
This is actually really
I should have
funny
listened
because
to what he had to say.
I'm pretty sure in Tara's story, when we got to this part, I was like, "Oh, I guess Aqua had been doing things."
Did you manage to locate
and then
Master
she
Samuel?
didn't do anything. She just showed
But
up.
it seems he's looking for pure hearts filled with light.
Pure hearts filled with light.
All I can tell you is that his search hasn't taken him here.
Alright. I'll stay and see if I can find more clues.
I guess he just has the slowest glider or
Okay.
something.
The prince is in the ballroom ahead. He might have some answers.
Thanks.
Aqua. You still have the same dream?
Well, yes.
Yes.
There's this girl here.
Yes.
Her name is Cinderella. She made me realize how powerful it is just to believe. No matter how impossible things seem, a powerful enough dream will always be enough to light the darkness. If you see her, give her my thanks.
Will do. He'll be alright. You won't give in to him.
I mean, he didn't really.
I think I just realized the game in those cutscenes, the game switches back and forth between like the more expressive,
Yeah.
probably FMV models and the
Yeah.
like just the in-game model.
Yeah. It's not the and stuff. It actually is all in engine. It's just they do a lot. Even Kingdom Hearts 1 did it. But this game did a lot more. Pretty much because
Surge. What is that?
pretty much just because if you notice that the more expressive models are also like the really zoomed in ones. And that's pretty much because of what the PSP can handle. It's like when you zoom in real close, you can afford to spend more polygons on the more expressive face.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
That's neat.
So this is like sort of like Thunder Surge, but like not as good.
Yeah.
But it is still good. It's just, it's no Thunder Surge, and it is Aqua exclusive. It is her version of Sliding Dash. Let's just put it that way.
Mhm.
By the way, block. Omnidirectional block.
Oh shit.
No need to worry about
Hell.
Also, actually, let me see. Jump and then press square? Yeah. Air blocking. Omnidirectional air blocking. No need to worry about facing the right way. You don't have to worry about getting crossed up. You don't have to worry about falling to the ground. Press square and you're good.
Why doesn't Tara the Shield have this?
Yes, Terra is supposed to be the defensive one and he has the worst block. Well, his Ventus is just as bad. But yeah.
Could even use it to stall.
Yes, absolutely.
Shine stalling. Blip. Blip.
You gotta be you just have to worry about the end lag, basically.
Yeah. Won't even be an issue because there'll eventually be shit like.
If she's only slightly slower than Ventus, really.
She got the moves. I like in video games when I just like.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Over
Okay.
there, but like,
Oh.
I like when I do this, like, and then just casually. Ooh.
New Shatlock.
Shatlack. But I want to level up Bubble Burst first.
New Shootlock. Yeah, go
Bubble
ahead.
Burst first. Fireworks.
Fire. Lady Tremaine and the two sisters that you never hear talk except for like one line.
The fuck was that?
Who are those ladies?
That was the Unversed Eyes.
Oh, if I recall correctly, that is Lady Tremaine, and those are her daughters.
There was something very wrong about them.
She
came
sensed
back.
the negativity.
Huh?
Oh, my apologies. I was mistaken.
How the hell do you mistake her for
Behind us, I
Cinderella?
found this palace
What?
stairs.
A glass slipper.
One dropped by a lovely young lady, and I'll search far and wide to find the maiden to whom this belongs.
You will.
After all, you finally found someone whom you wish to marry. Upon hearing that happy news, your father, the king, has decreed that a quest shall begin immediately throughout the kingdom. And I will start with the closest residence, that of Lady Tremaine.
That is, it's really funny that they say that because
Lady Tremaine. I'd better pay her a visit.
what's it called? The Cinderella 3, the third movie.
There's been... I didn't even know there was a fucking 2.
Yeah, it's not good. 3 is good.
I know that a lot of the movies had
They
like,
have
straight to DVD or straight to video
Yeah,
releases,
this
like Aladdin.
Yeah,
but-
Cinderella had 2 sequels that were both direct to video, but Cinderella 3 was actually good.
Interesting.
And what it does is it develops Prince Charming a lot more, so he's not just a flat
What's that other exit?
you know, goal basically.
Yeah.
He's not in a he's
up there.
yeah, so and in Cinderella 3
And there are no chests. Okay.
it showed that like his father did approve of him wanting to marry Cinderella, but he was against the quest to find the girl who the silver fits, because he's like, are you kidding me? That's insane. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good because of the fact that it actually develops him, and also because it's like legitimately. Yeah, Spellweaver, you do it by casting spells, and even after you get the Ice and Thunder ones, you can still activate Spellweaver by just varying your different spells. If you do multiple spells in a combo, you can move during this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like ice skating basically.
It's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, if you do like different spells, like if you do more than one spell and they're different and they both like contribute to the command style, you get Spellweaver.
Freeze! Thunder! Come on!
Yeah, and that finished command is basically a launcher, so that's good too.
Yeah.
So you can already see like just how good Aqua is. Like, I think like her playstyle is the most developed.
Yeah, she feels already sort of more complete. She's got probably the best starting kit of everybody.
Yeah, I mean 2 spells and a command style from those spells.
Because it's like she's well-rounded, and on top of that, she's good at magic, which is what I've been mostly using in this game anyway.
Yeah, because magic is like the best thing in like the entire series.
Yeah.
I've told you about this, but Nomura talked about how the stuff he learned from his time on Final Fantasy V and other stuff, and part of it was combat design, and it's interesting how he applied them to an action game with Kingdom Hearts, because one of the things that he was told was how important it is to have easy access to magic. Now, this is talking about Final Fantasy, which is a command-based battle system. And so the way that Final Fantasy does it is just by having a menu for magic specifically that's separate from other menus. Whereas other RPGs might have had magic conflated with other ability stuff you could learn, and or maybe even have them be items. There are some RPGs that put magic in the same menu as items. those don't really exist anymore because of Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest influence. But yeah, and that's what Kingdom Hearts did. They're just like, yeah, let's just put the magic element here, even though it's an action game and it's a little weird. But it's not like Kingdom Hearts was the first one, because Secret of Mana did that too, and that was basically Square's first action RPG. Well, second, but yeah. So yeah, and that basically leads to magic being like, whereas in another action game it'd be like, okay, yeah, for your special moves you do all these other inputs to get this cool thing. But in Kingdom Hearts it's not like that. I mean, you do have your attacks that are based on your position from the enemy and who you're targeting, so you know, things like sliding dash and also chances of combo finisher. God, this is such a cool thing.
Yeah.
But like the actual attacks that the actual separate attacks that you want to pull out as whenever in the main series Kingdom Hearts games are your spells.
Yeah.
It's spells in Kingdom Hearts are basically the equivalent of like guns in Devil May Cry game, except unlike guns in Devil May Cry game, spells actually do like more damage than regular attacks.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's just absolutely the best thing. So yeah, it's always been good, and so I think it's a little weird when people say, oh yeah, spells are like broken in a specific Kingdom Hearts game. Like some people say that about Kingdom Hearts 2 and some people say that about Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm like, man, that's pretty much the whole series.
Yeah, it's kind of the point.
Like if spells weren't that good, Kingdom Hearts would be less unique. Like, oh, comparing it to other action RPGs that have spells, things like Tales, you know what spells have in those games is casting time.
Yeah.
In fact, even what's it called? Some casting time as well. Which is not bad, but it definitely feels a lot better when they don't.
Yeah.
And so Kingdom Hearts doesn't have casting time. Other action RPGs like Tales have casting time, and it like definitely makes spells feel less fun to actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the shoe killed me.
Yes, it did. It was a shoe. But it definitely makes the spell casting playstyles feel less fun, because it's you like literally as a requirement for spell casting, you have to wait a little while and hope that, you know, nothing interrupts you or interrupts yourself and stuff like that. Of course, you know, there are ways around that, and it's fine to have that. It's just, you know, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts basically were like, no way, spells come out just as fast as physical attacks. Hell yeah. And then it's cool. It makes you want to use spells more just as much as you use physical attacks, because they're like powerful. And speaking of power, one of the other things that man, if this was Kingdom Hearts 1, you would have parried that. Really.
Yeah.
One of the things that Nomura learned was the guy, I forgot who the name was, the guy teaching him this stuff. By the way, you can D-Link to heal. Okay. And you should probably D-Link with Ventus since he has the speed up. One of the things that he was taught was it's okay to just be able to press a button and nuke everything.
Yeah.
It's like, why not? Like, and I agree. Like, it's not like this is a competitive game. You don't need to really make everything super balanced or everything. Just have one button nukes. Things like Mega Flare. Yeah, I think I told you this when you got Mega Flare in Chain of Memories.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a satisfying feeling. I don't know why, like, there are a lot of action games, especially now, that feel like oh, you gotta be like, it's, I don't know if it's like for realism or what, but it takes like...
It's realism and the popularity of Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's like the Dark Souls approach of like, oh, you have to be vulnerable. You can't just fucking destroy everything.
Yeah, it's like yeah, let's just make every single action cost stamina. And it's like, you can balance combat without stamina meters. Action games have been doing that since the dawn of action games.
Yeah, like it's not that action games, you know, it's not saying that, oh, balance doesn't matter in action games. I think it does, even if it's single player. But like, you know, that's the point of enemy and level design.
Yeah.
You know, like,
look.
A lot of the best action games, they balance things by making you do stuff that's different, or using all of your tools, and not just like, oh, I'm just gonna button or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look at Chain of Memories,
which isn't inherently bad.
Look at Chain of Memories. You have all these nukes. You had Demix Bazaga, you had Mega Player, and you had Holy. But guess what? There were enemies that were immune to each of them. So you had to, and you ended up making a deck that used all of those nukes because one of them wouldn't work. And that's perfectly fine, because once you came up with that, that felt cool because you came up with it, and it also felt cool because you were using all these nukes. And it also felt cool because it wasn't like easy mode or anything, because individually, each nuke wouldn't have gotten you through it. The fire mages and the wizards were immune to Mega Flare. The ice mages were immune to Bazaga. Neo Shadows can dodge Holy. So yeah, like enemy, that's just good enemy design, good enemy variety. That is the balance there. It's not that, oh, like you feel powerful, but you're not actually too powerful. So the balance is there. Whereas a game like Dark Souls, and I'm not trying to say that Dark Souls is bad necessarily. It is bad that it kept getting copied by everything, but yeah. They're just like, oh yeah, no, if this move is so powerful, it has to have a cost, and then and then apply that to individual moves, and then suddenly it's like, why?
Actually, you know what? Because I haven't done it before, I'm going to... Wait, where is it? I guess it's... Oh, it would be a battle command. Alright, never mind. I was going to use a potion.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. But there's a save point right here, so...
Yeah.
You mean you could put the potion in your deck for like a boss or something, but... There's a potion right here. There's a save point right here.
I guess I'll do that for now. Probably not even gonna need it, but
yeah, because you have D-Link. And you know it's not Weaver, so
yeah.
Also, we should cut it because it's 30 minutes.
Yep. New data.
New datum. And remember to be careful about hitting the record button.
Yeah. Felt like I turned into Snake there.
Well,
yeah.
see ya.
See ya next time.